when we look at infidelity, where there's disclosure instead of discovery. Why don't you explain that just a little bit?
So disclosure is when a spouse actually comes to you and says, hey, I've struggled with this. It's still devastating for sure to hear somebody to open up, whether it's pornography or an affair or infidelity or whatever it is that they have walked through. But it's a lot better, and statistics say that there's a lot more chances for your marriage to rebuild trust versus somebody discovering that my
text
spouse have been cheating, and now I'm seeing all of these little things, almost kind of like these little nuggets that I'm following along. And I'm like, have I been blind to all of this? And that can be even more devastating. So then once you confront your spouse, it's no longer like them opening up to you. It's like they've been caught.
Yeah.
You're just sorry you've been caught. That's one of the biggest statements that a lot of people say. You're not
and
really
then you're
sorry.
always thinking, what else is there that's not being told?
Right.
Whereas when there is disclosure, you feel a sort of confidence that that person is wrestling with their sin.
At least remorseful.
They have some remorse.
Yeah.
And I think on an individual level, that's what having a reprobate mind really is when the Bible talks about that.
That's good.
Is I believe that we can walk with anyone through all levels of struggle. We all have our thorn in the flesh, but those who have let go of the struggle, the wrestling with their soul, and have now started to believe that their behavior is acceptable.
Yeah.
It is the way that it is. God made me this way. It's just human nature. When they start leaning into that, then they start creating patterns of belief and theological positions around that behavior, which give them permission to continue in this pattern. If you have a spouse, maybe it's because they were discovered, but their immediate response to you is, well, this is who I am. And I find this on the male side of things. Men will rise up and try to take dominance over their wife and say, listen, this is the nature of a man. We have certain needs, and so guess what? It happened. It's probably going to happen again, and you're just going to have to deal with it. Now you've moved into a place where there's abuse. That is when you definitely need to escape the relationship, because that person is not going to change, at least not while you're in that situation. Until that mindset is cracked and conquered, it's going to be a very tough road ahead. And so that's why I feel like that disclosure is key. And that when your spouse does disclose something, especially if it's like the first layer, an emotional affair, we see individuals where they know that their behavior is wrong. They may not understand why they do it yet. Now, definitely there's work to be done, but the very fact that they brought it to you, I think that there is hope, because that person, they need the support. They need the framework to be able to make better decisions